Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I've got your gameplay for the Kikka. This is a Rank 5 BR 7.0 aircraft for the Japanese air tech tree. And if this looks a little familiar, that's because it is modeled at least a little bit on the ME-262. And there's an interesting story behind this, and I'll get into it in the gameplay a little bit. But actually, no, I won't get into it in the gameplay because I'll lose track of what I want to say. But if I'm not mistaken, the story behind this is that, obviously, this is actually a substantially smaller plane than the ME-262. Let's see if, as you can see there, that's the 262, switch over to Japan, and, it is a much smaller plane than it, but this was actually, obviously, based on the 262 design, but when the plans were shipped from Germany to Japan, I know that it was with the jet engines, but it may have also been as well with the aircraft, is that when they were shipped over mid to late war in a submarine, the submarine sank. So the only thing that the Japanese had to go on, or one of the only things when they saw this, when they were trying to make this plane, because they didn't have the time to make a totally new plane, was just based on the notes and recollection of a military attaché that saw this thing actually being tested in Germany. And they had incomplete blueprints, if any at all, for the jets. So that's why it looks a little bit different. You see it's a very straight line here, whereas with Germany it sinks down a little bit and comes up. So it's a different design, and this is actually a much quicker aircraft than it. Also, the engine pods are a bit more forward relative to these, just even slightly. Or maybe it's that the wings are a little bit bigger on this, and they cover up the engines a little bit more. But either way, it's a very interesting plane. It only has two Type 5 cannons, two 30mm, with 50 rounds each, so you have to be precise, and that's one of the main limiting factors of this aircraft, is that you don't have, it's not that there's a lack of targets, it's that oftentimes you will have a lack of ammo. I've gotten 4 kills, 5 kills in a match with this plane, but that seems to be about my limit. So let's see what we could do here, and hopefully I can do pretty well, but this is a very interesting plane indeed, and also I'll try to link the user skin in the comments below, or the description. Okay, we got some wokey bokies coming in. This is not going to be fun. This is actually a surprisingly heavy plane when it comes to maneuverability. Oh, okay, I got a little freaked out there. Woo, Lord. Okay, I'm going to come back up for this F-84, maybe. Can he? Yep, he's taking some favorable movement for me. Good. Now, this is not going to win a fight, typically, when it comes to speed. It gets up to around 600 kilometers per hour pretty easily, but that's about it. Beyond that, you are not really looking at a good time. Nice! That is a snipe. I love these 30mm cannons. They feel like snipers in many ways. I may have to go back to the base, but I want to put on a show, and if I go back to the base, then I'm not going to have much gameplay for you guys. So, that's it. I'm going to stick this one out. I'm still gaining speed. My engine is badly damaged, but still, quote-unquote, operational. So let's see what we can do here. Okay. So we've got 2 guys chasing my brother. Oh, no. This will not stand. Do they even know who I am? Do they even know who I am? I don't even know who I am. I got a kill. There's something. The flaps on this do not work all too well, but he's coming back around. So the roll rate on this bad boy is not all too bad. It's nice. Once you get that second cannon, so believe it or not, I don't know if you guys know offhand, but I'm going to probably be knocked out right here. But having 2 cannons is optional on this plane. It's actually a mod. And, oh my God! Are you for real? Are you for real? What? 4 kills, baby. That credited me with a kill? Did my ammunition blow up that dude's plane as he hit it? Oh, man. Well, look at this, Spookly Dogo. You just got into a Tankenstein gameplay video. Anyways, let's get into the next match. I guess technically I started off this gameplay with 4 kills. With 3 of those being after I had a severely damaged engine, so let's get into it. Man, that was crazy. So one interesting thing about this plane, and let me know in the comments below if this is your experience with the Kikka, but I feel that this is almost kind of like, even though it's very similar in how it looks. Let's see. This guy wants to know. Okay. But it's similar in how it looks to the ME262, but I find the ME262 to be a better handler at high speeds, which, honestly, I mean, it's kind of surprising, but also not really. Ooh, woo, woo, woo. That was rough. Oh! Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, it's a better handler at high speeds than this is. This has a good roll rate, however, which I really like, and I love the cannons on it. They are very accurate, in my opinion. Can I pull up? Can I pull up? See, now this is one of the things. Most people are going to slow down, you know, even just like putting their flaps on briefly. You know, even if you engage your flaps and only turn them off like a split second later so they don't break off, you're going to have a much better time with it, as well as slowing down than, you know, a lot of other people. But this plane does not have air brakes, unfortunately, so that's something else that you have to consider. Now, that said, we have, what, 3 on their team dead? Okay, that's not too bad. We're in a positive position here. I do not trust this plane to make sudden movements going up or down. You can use a kind of pseudo afterburner. The problem with that is that your plane heats up, your engines heat up tremendously, which I do not like. Is this guy coming down for me? No. One thing that I'd like to also bring up is that I don't know if I've already, I mean, like, I made a post about him, a community post, but there is a YouTuber, and I do this every now and again, called Mekong Gaming. Definitely check him out. I'll try to link him in the comments below or in the description, if nothing else. Can I hit him? Can I hit him? I can. I'll take it. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. That's... Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. I should have seen this happening. That Spitfire's coming for me, if he knows what he's doing. Is he? Yes, he is. Okay. Okay, I got the B-29. I'm happy with that. I can pretty assuredly outdive this Spitfire, but I have to kind of twirl a little bit. Once I get down below 1,000 meters, got to pull up because I do not trust this thing. That Spitfire's on me. Ooh, okay. Got to go towards my ally. Hopefully he can get off of me. But yeah, check out Mekong Gaming. Oh, good. Thank goodness he got me, or got that Spitfire off my tail. Woo! Okay, I've got 14 rounds left. Again, that's probably the biggest problem with this, is just its lack of ammo. So I'm going to go in. I figure I'll probably... I couldn't... when I have this little of ammo, I really don't trust myself to make a shot because it's not going to land. Okay, got this guy here. Is he going for me? Is he? No, he's not. This guy is, though. At least I have to assume. Going to do a head-on because... no. What is going on here? No one wants to make friends with me. But yes, anyways, scattered thoughts aside, look at Mekong Gaming. I'll try to link them below. Excellent videos. Unfortunately, WarThunder does... Or not WarThunder, but rather the YouTube algorithm does not reward... Got him. Sweet. That's a snipe. It does not reward the best content creators. And this dude is really good. Makes excellent content. And no, he's not paying me. I just kind of discovered his channel somewhat randomly. But yeah, he's one of those guys that really deserves more views and subscribers. Check him out. Okay, I'm going to die here. Can I kill him? Is he going to make a smart move? Maybe. Maybe not. Yep, yeah, okay. It doesn't matter. My plane was pretty much destroyed. Anyways, not too bad. 3 kills, 1 assist. So I've got a 4-kill match, 3-kill match, and 1 assist. So, that said, let's get into one final match, and I kind of want to see what we can do. You know, not all too bad. Not all too bad. I may have mentioned this before as I'm, you know, getting into battle here, but when it comes to planes, I don't really care so much about how fast it is. I care if it maneuvers well and if it has good armament. And this plane is decently quick at 7.0. Pretty quick, actually. It's quicker than an ME-262. It's got good armament while it lasts, and it can be pretty maneuverable depending on the circumstances. In my experience, it's touch heavy. Not in terms of weight, but in terms of how it feels. It feels much heavier than it really is. It's got a decent enough roll rate, which is somewhat surprising, but not really. And it's got, you know, just overall good flight performance. And so this is one of those planes that, even though it's got a very good armament, I find myself being limited mainly by its armament. More specifically, by the fact that you only have 50, maybe 100 rounds, depending on your modification of this plane, which isn't bad, you know, and thankfully the tracers are, in my experience, the best belt type for this, meaning that you can probably be most accurate with tracers, and they also have the most powerful ammunition, which is nice. But this is just kind of one of those planes, whereas in my experience, the R2Y2, for example, that's going to be limited by how many enemies you fight. This is more limited by the plane itself. Not in that it's a bad plane, but the Kikka just doesn't really have the stamina to maintain a fight for a long period of time, typically. Now, you can knock out most enemies, as you've seen in this video, as I've done with snipes. You know, 1, 2, quick, like 2, 4-round bursts or whatever. And you can take them out pretty easily, especially if they're a larger target. But, you know, I mean, that typically requires a somewhat close-in dogfight. It doesn't really come about as often as I would want. Is that a A1? That's an A1U1. He might not hit that 262. I'm kind of tempted to go for this F-89, but he's already got someone on him. Oh, we got 2 P-29s up there, but that Lavochkin 200 will likely take him out. Maybe not. Maybe not. I've got enough speed where I can make a dash to go up, maybe knock this dude out with a quick burst, hopefully. These 30mm cannons are nasty. Gonna fire right about now. Okay, that's about all for me. I fired a little too late, but could be worse. Okay, I'm gonna probably... Ooh, this F3D1 is looking pretty nice. So is that A2D1. Do I have anyone going for this guy? Yes, that Yak 15. Probably going to have to go for this F-84. I find that especially at top tier, but really any BR, probably one of the biggest and best skills you can learn is going to be target acquisition. Who's the biggest threat to me, and who's the easiest kill? Because, of course, you want to go for who the easiest kill is, but you also want to go for a nice mixture of who is going to be the biggest threat to myself, who's going to be the biggest threat of my team, and once you kind of... Oh, wow, that A2D1 got behind the 262. But once you can figure out kind of out all those things... I thought the 262 was going to take that Sky Shark out. But once you can kind of figure out kind of the best mixture of all those things going on, so who's the biggest threat to my team, who's the biggest threat to me, and so forth, and who's the easiest kill, wow, you can typically do pretty decently. So I'm not gonna turn in on this guy. I'll fight him in a sec. Go down a little bit here. Wait. Fire for some... Okay, there we go. Got an F-80 coming in. Wow. Okay. Not good. Not good. That was a bad look on my part. But once you can kind of figure out who's going to be the biggest threat at any one time... so, for example, if I'm in a German jet, or not a German jet, but like a German piston plane, Spitfires are going to be my kryptonite. I hate fighting Spitfires so much. And so, even if there's another enemy that's a touch closer... Okay, he got me. Oh, that dude's part of my squadron! If you guys want to join the Tankenstein squadron, I know it says Stien. But yeah, Stein was already taken, as you can imagine. It's a pretty popular name. But yes, join that squadron if you guys want to be part of my my Tankenstein squadron. But anyways, you know, even if there's a Spitfire that's, let's say, a half kilometer or a full kilometer out further compared to, let's say, a P-51, or not P-51, but a P-47, I'm going to go for that Spitfire because once I get into that match and I engage that P-47, guess who's going to be behind me and will not get off my tail? That Spitfire. So you're going to want to go kind of for who you expect to be in the back of the Tango line and go for him first, because that will be your biggest threat, and that will be the biggest impediment to not only you surviving, but you helping the rest of your team win. Seriously, I mean, once you learn proper target acquisition, who's the biggest threat to you and to the rest of your team, that will help you win tremendously and get way more kills. You know, and that goes for ground as well. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. Please, of course, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this gameplay in the comments below. Give me some suggestions for improvement, if there are any, or if you like it the way it is. But I really like the Kikka. Very effective plane, very fun plane, and it is a cool nod to history. But either way, thanks so much again. I will see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.